Did you get the message I sent you on Discord, Kev? You've just ignored it. Okay. I'll take it. That means it would be an awkward thing to do then. Okay, no. Right. Okay. I'll not do it then. We had. We'd arrested her, and some of us had. Well, at least one of us had tried to romance her.
Are there just three of us?
Uh, Vol
Nah, I'm here. I'm just trying to fix stuff.
and Vorka
Oh,
might be a little bit late. He is logged in though, so at least he's logged in on Discord.
I've lost my ability to have two screens on account of I came down to my laptop to find the screen broken. I was just lucky that I had it plugged into a second screen with duplicate display already when it happened.
But at least you can see. Hmm.
Try that one.
Hmm.
I'm sorry.
I think we're going with it doesn't.
So
No.
who are we talking about?
Your girlfriend.
No, not that.
Didn't hurt. It just scared her. So. No, she's in there.
Yes, it's called placebo.
Right, that's who we're talking about. So, I mean, we have to find out who that person is, and then we have to retrace all their steps. Because it might not, they might think it's a liniment, but it might actually be something else. And until we know what they did, we're not going to know.
It could just be their own immune system.
Aye,
Yeah, but some people would have just, don't ever seem to get sick with anything, just kind of natural immunity. That's me.
Lucky.
Everybody around me had COVID over and over again, and me, I still like, no, I haven't had a problem. At my age, I'm told that's something I should be grateful for.
Well, we can certainly try and trace that person's steps. Or is there anything else we can do for the city?
Ta-da.
Sorry, I was away for a second. About 3 or 4 years.
We figured out it was 8 years.
Well, it started 4707, didn't it? But the campaign itself lasted for 2 or 3 years.
So, in fact, Sassafras could have, in theory, met Jelsa when Jelsa was wandering around on her own, and Jelsa would have went to Whistledown because it's mostly gnomes there. It's one of the few places there is. In theory.
In theory.
Every tech will tell you that anytime an engineer tells you, well, it works in theory, that they just the techs roll their eyes going, yeah, okay.
Oh, toil day, in fact. But
Doobie doobie doop doop.
if we talk to the we've got our contact in the Bank of Abadar who might be able to point out this guy so that Thaddeus can have a word with him.
Oh, hand me that, sweetheart. Hand me your bleeper. That should be everything, yeah. Don't need the phone.
Hmm. Okay. And where do we find him other than possibly on the docks?
Wasting time.
Reckon he's watching the ships come in and watching them go out again.
Go away, yeah.
Oh, let's chat to people about Salt Carmino and possibly him himself and see what we can find.
Yeah, Sassafras leaves that to Gastinius because here in the city full of big people, she finds she doesn't fare so well.
I'll do it the nice way.
See, it might be completely useless, and there's nothing wrong with him, and it's just a coincidence. But he might have encountered something, or he might have went somewhere, or he might have drank something else.
Mm,
Do you know what I mean?
yes. That's it.
For a minute, I thought you were going to say they were starting to wake up.
Well, that's something. We're getting bring out your bed. What are the Queen's doctors doing? Because we've not had any contact with them. You've not mentioned that we've seen them around or anything. Yeah, but then the bridges got blown up. Are they still heading in and out there on the one stone bridge? I would like to ask around about that, certainly. Happy to network on that as well. Okie doke. You see, if they're spending all their time in Old Corvosa, that makes me want to do the thing you've told me I'm now not allowed to do even more.
Nothing like a little bit of choo-choo action in the game, is there?
Hmm. No. You don't get it, Elspeth. No matter where the party chooses to go, the thing the GM planned happens there.
That's the way I plan games, but hey, you know.
But are we hearing of any great successes, or are people being dragged away, or stuff like that? You know. I wonder if they must have set up a hospital somewhere or something. Okay. All right. Well, let's investigate this Salt Carmino chap then. Well, I'm living in the barracks. If the field marshal's got anything specific she wants me to do, I will happily muck in with the guard. But failing that, if this Salt Carmino has come across something that makes him resistant to it, that's a good lead to follow. As Thaddeus pointed out.
Unless he's resistant because he created it.
Well, that's still something worth investigating. Well, she's your girlfriend, Thaddeus. Maybe you ought to have a word with him.
You can ask her.
Her? Him?
Him.
Well, he's hanging around her shop asking after her, so maybe
we should find out about him out of sheer principle.
Well, then, that's the easiest way to find out about him is go and ask him, isn't it?
I mean, it could be harassing a young lady who's done absolutely very little wrong.
It was struggle. She's not even there.
Indeed. I think she lies like cheap Syrian watch. But that's me, Master Thaddeus. You are, of course, entitled to your own opinion, as are we all.
I don't think how truthful she is what he's thinking about when he thinks of her.
Possibly not. I'm too busy talking to Leah by the looks of things. I mean, I must admit, she's an attractive enough lady.
And Sassafras hasn't said a word to anybody. She's just listening and looking.
But I must admit, she's not really my type.
Is there
what
such
is
a
your
thing?
type,
We thought anything with a skirt and well, was your type.
Now, I resemble that insult.
Well, have you paid attention to how you react anytime there's any female present except for like me and Leah?
I am always polite to all ladies.
There was just something about the way that she added that pinch of batwing.
There's polite and then there's like sycophant.
You cut me to the quick, Mistress Teaberry.
Well, one day one of these, kind of sketchy females that you hook up might just do that.
And
My
she would
reflexes are
regret
far
it.
too quick.
Did you see that?
See what?
That plague card, it went down there, and when it came back out, it wasn't loaded anymore.
Yeah, you might want to go check that. Are they just dumping the bodies somewhere to burn, or
Burning the bodies?
I would
I
certainly hope
haven't
not.
smelled that rather peculiar odor, but
Do we know what's down that alley without having to look? I mean, are we
where's the
familiar enough
smoke
with the
then?
town?
I don't get it. Or maybe it's there's two things. You can either be smoke because they burn the bodies, or which is even more fancy than that is you can put them in a slime pit.
Did you say slime pit?
Yes. I think he did.
I think he meant lime.
No, slime pit.
Are we talking like gelatinous cubes to dump the bodies in?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
or a pudding. You know what I mean? So,
Test.
I suppose that could be where they're being taken.
I hate Windows.
You
reboot it and it decides to
one of the plague doctors
change its microphone.
Let's investigate. Especially as the GM didn't answer my question.
can't hear you.
And since the GM made us do a notice check to make sure we saw that, so.
I didn't hear what the question was. I was sorting out a
said,
problem.
It's quite all right. I said, do we happen to know where that alleyway leads? Do we know the town that well?
It's just one of the many alleyways that are found around Corvosa. Would anyone like to make a common knowledge check? Now that Leia has pointed out what was going on, you may do so. Or academics, if you feel more academically inclined rather than common knowledge.
No, we've been wandering around Corvosa a bit. I'm getting to understand it a little better.
Well, I get a success on
Clearly
my
I'm
common
not.
knowledge and a raise on my academics, so seems
Well,
like
obviously, your academics would be because you actually know you have studied.
Mhm.
You have studied and know the actual laws of Corvosa, whereas common knowledge is basically if you pass your common knowledge, then obviously you have a good idea of what the laws are in the Vegas sense, but obviously the academics means you actually know what they are exactly. And yeah, dumping of bodies in alleyways is definitely illegal.
Yes, but what's down that alleyway could be a place where the bodies are being taken, so it's worth checking out.
Indeed. No, as far as you know, there's nothing special about the alleyway. It's just an alleyway, sort of. Let's put it in the. Now, where did we work out Lavender was?
So do I.
Lavender. It's going to be an S, isn't it, for a shop? I think.
S9 was lavender.
There's S8 for all the world's meat.
It's near Citadel Crest. In the Heights. Between the Heights and Citadel Crest.
That's it. Yes. So obviously you're up in the Heights, which is more one of the sort of, because obviously you were heading out from the Citadel. So yeah, I mean you've gone past the castle, so it's going to be an alleyway. It's going to be an alleyway in that sort of block between S9 and S10, and the Heights is sort of one of the more upper class areas.
True.
Anyway, you find obviously the cart's pulled off turned off towards the university. You get to the alleyway and
Oh, they're not being taken to the university for dissection, are they?
well, no, because the cart's empty.
No, well, it was taken down there and then came back full and came back empty, didn't it?
No, the university is quite away. I said it's turned towards the university.
Oh, right, okay. Wonder who they're selling them to then.
It went down. It's gone down there, and it's gone that way. You see, whereas you've just reached the alleyway, which we'll say is about halfway. Which says about there, underneath the O for the 10, which is why we can't see the alleyway.
Right, okay.
So, approach the alleyway.
Perhaps we should approach cautiously. We don't know what's down there and have no way of knowing until we can see.
You might want to have your hand on your, that nice, rapier that you carry.
Why can't we see? Oh, sorry, why can't I see? Sorry.
Well, I understand you can tell if there are things that shouldn't be moving that are Master Wild Soul, but other than that...
We got a map.
No? This was the mine.
Sorry, I didn't think I was on a map, but just make sure.
I mean, I'm sure you can tell us if the bodies from the corpse got up and walked off on their own, Master Wild Soul.
Sorry, because I don't do illumination, and I don't do live and dead people. So yeah, so
I have to admit, the whole detect undead 120 feet really winds me up. Because I'll just sit here and calculate it there, but you don't.
It's nothing. Nothing. You can't say it's a dark alleyway something. So what?
I was talking to humans. Anyway, there's nothing there. You do not detect any lively corpses. Let's put it there. So, from Thaddeus's point of view, he can see clearly down the alleyway, but for everyone else, because of the overhanging structures on either side. Not much light gets down here.
Ugh, light's overrated. Who needs it?
Indeed.
I think Leia won't be having any problems either.
No, I can see clearly.
Yeah,
Mm,
Borka
well,
doesn't care either.
okay, so given that more than half the party can see in the dark, I might as well just tell you rather than trying to set up some sort of suspense. I don't know. It really gives up sometimes.
Oh no, you just cast a darkness spell in anyway. Come on.
That still won't stop Leia, because Leia can see through magical darkness.
Only Leia can see them, that's alright.
She can't see through magical darkness. She can smell through
Oh,
magical darkness.
Oh no, she can see through it.
Can she?
Can now.
Look at the Shadow Dancer edge.
Oh no, really? Oh, bollocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, darkness doesn't block any
Right,
magical
dark
sight at
vision.
all. Even if you cast darkness and even if you get a raise, it will not block any magical sight. Dark sight always wins.
No, because there is a modifier for true darkness.
Yes.
One of the higher modifiers, which
It
will
still
block
doesn't-
it will block.
doesn't work.
It'll block your dark sight, but not Leia's.
Greater dark vision, strong
I know.
connection to the plane of shadows allows the hero to see perfectly in any illumination up to 10 feet, 20 yards. Sorry, 10 inches, 20 yards, including magical darkness and ignoring all penalties resulting from it.
Is that 20 yards?
But you're limited to 10 inches. I'm unlimited. I can see out to the horizon. I don't have any limitation.
All right,
at
so
all.
I'm short-sighted, but you know.
You're
can't have
short-sighted,
everything.
but yeah, I'm unlimited.
Yeah, he can see clearly. The rain is gone.
Yeah.
You know, I did once date a girl called Lorraine, and it was Deirdre that I saw afterwards.
Just how many women have you dated, Gastus?
Enough to where one of these days he's going to die of some horrible disease and not the blood thing.
Don't be ridiculous. It's what lamb's intestines are for.
I don't even know what to say to that.
It's better than lubed out bog roll.
Yeah. Anyway, so since the James paused, and I'll tell you this: the funny thing is, there's a misprint in the book, and the misprint in the book is, darkness blocks infravision, and there's no such thing as infravision in Savage Pathfinder. Now, the funny thing is, if you look in the index of the book, it's in the index of the book, but then when you turn to the page, it's not there.
Dark, pitch darkness. Powers that require line of sight may not be possible. So pitch dark. Yeah. So then,
There isn't a map up at the moment, is there?
No.
Okay, I just was having a confused moment.
you've got the darkness where you have true
Yeah, so
darkness.
darkness affects, but it says darkness affects infravision. It should say darkness affects night vision,
Which it does.
which it does.
It doesn't say it, but that's what it does.
But it
Darkness
says, but
blocks low light vision, dark vision, night vision. Yeah. No effect on magical
But
sight.
there's a sentence in there also says it does not block magical vision.
Well, magical vision is not the same as dark vision.
Yeah, and you don't have magical vision, Thaddeus.
Aye, so
Vision.
if you anybody who casts dark sight, darkness doesn't work on them. Full stop, regardless of the level of it gets cast. Dark sight always wins.
Yeah, that's the whole point of having to spend. That's the whole point of spending the power to do it.
Spending the power to do it.
Yeah,
that's
you've
the
used up
part.
one of your whole power slot, which in Savage Worlds you get a dot sight less spells than you do in Pathfinder.
So dark sight with a success beats everything, and dark sight with a raise beats everything and invisibility.
Dark sight, a hero can see in the dark. With success, he ignores up to 4 points of illumination. With a raise, he ignores up to 6 points and can see in pitch darkness. So dark sight only works if you get a raise in pitch darkness. And you need to cast greater dark sight to extend into the infrared and ultraviolet
Of course,
spectrums.
So these are the Pathfinder rules, aren't they? These are the Pathfinder modifications.
Mm.
It's very because you're trying to get Pathfinder, it obviously comes off of D&D 3.5, and it's very glitchy because of the sites. Do you know what I mean? It really is.
Well, let's just apply common sense.
It was nearly anyway.
Pile of bodies.
Common sense is a D&D based rule set.
They have been
Common
using
sense.
alleyways.
Just going to mute it. It's easier, and then we can finish the question. I
What
have
is
the
down the
power.
alleyway?
A pile of bodies.
Well, let's have a look at this pile of bodies then.
A pile of bodies.
Not too
Indeed.
closely.
No, someone's just dumped the bodies.
Okay.
Perhaps you should go after the cart then.
So
Yes, but why would somebody dump the bodies down here?
maybe they're getting paid by the load.
They are.
They are getting paid by the load, so that,
Well,
rather
we
than
know they're getting paid by the load. We know that the Church of Abadar are giving a discount on healing to people that are working as carters. But
Right.
this is nowhere near the Church of Abadar. And much as I find the Church of Abadar as a monolithic organization somewhat distasteful, which is why I left them, this really doesn't seem like the kind of thing they do.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you're getting paid by the load, right, and it takes you an hour to do each load, why don't you just go nip around the corner, dump them, and that takes you 10 minutes, so you go back and you get another load and get paid again?
Because anyone sensible would set things up so they had to be delivered to a certain place.
They do.
Yeah, but who's checking?
They are
All you do is
supposed to.
you can
There's
take them
there's
up
too
in
many
this alleyway.
bodies.
I take them up, dump them, and go back and say, I finished, and you get paid again. And then you take them
They're
up
supposed to haul them all the
way.
way down to the grey districts for disposal in the mass graves that have been dug down in the grey district.
Right, and if you've not delivered them to the Grey District, you've not delivered them to the right place, you shouldn't get paid. So either those carters need a slapping, or they're delivering them here for a different reason.
Are they getting paid when they're delivered, or are they getting paid when it's picked up? Is the real question. If they're getting paid when it's picked up, they'll dump them anywhere so they can come back and get another load. And that's probably where the problem lies.
Yeah, that was an idiot way to set it up.
Well, perhaps we should talk to our friends at the Church of Abadar in that case,
I think so.
and let them
I think
know.
you're missing the point. They're not necessarily getting paid to deliver the loads, are they? But obviously, if they are the plague carters are getting discounts on the healing services, so I imagine each time they go back to the church, they can get the discount. So it's probably they've got something on the side to generate more income. By the more people they can get. You know what I mean? Who knows? You'll have to find out. But anyway, that it's up to you. You can either from here you can either just pop up to Lavender and see if you can find Salt, or you could go have a chat with Field Marshal Croft about the situation, or you could go back to the Bank of Avadar and they won't do much because they're too busy trying to cope with the influx of dying people everywhere. I think the
This
point is
pile of bodies that we've found, is it just the cartload, or is it more than one cartload?
just this current cartload. They're all in. They're all blood veil victims.
Yeah. Right. Someone needs to go back and get a message to the Field Marshal about what's going on here. I think it would be worth somebody staying here and seeing if anybody comes to collect the corpses from here.
Bork is willing to hang out with a bunch of dead bodies.
Well volunteered.
We could talk to the field marshal from here.
Then, if you
Okay.
can send the Field Marshal a message from here, please do so.
Yeah, can we call up the field marshal and see what she's got to say about it?
Oh, are you calling her?
It'll take 10 minutes for the sending.
It'll take 10 minutes, but I've got to filter out all the other people. Got to concentrate on her.
The thing about a sending is it's a short message of 25 words or less.
But they can
Subject
respond.
recognize you. They can respond. Brilliant. Okay.
Yes,
Work out your
they
25
respond.
up to 25 character message.
25 characters?
Word.
What? So what's the message?
What's the name of this street?
Oh,
He's trying to think of a street name that's very, very, very long now.
The ever-winding street of houses along the no, that would be a gnomish name,
Yes,
wouldn't it?
and,
Right,
and what's it known as colloquially in Corvosa?
Is it the same name as the railway station in Wales?
But that's still just
that's
one
only one
word.
word.
One word. That's only one word, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nocturne Alley.
Okay.
Oh, I want to watch out around here. I want to go skulking around Nocturne Alley.
No. Okay, yeah, good point. Effing Net Alley, there you go.
Effing net alley. Okay.
Effing it.
Effing Air Kelly.
I see no effort.
It's going to be a V, isn't it?
Something like that. Should do.
I could send that.
You'll send that. It takes you 10 minutes, doesn't it, to send it?
Yeah.
Probably get. I'm saying probably get the reply as well.
Yeah, the reply can come instantly.
Exactly. It's so frustrating. Why am I doing it that way? Sometimes I wonder about what I achieve here. Closer locations. That's what I'm looking for. It's probably not. They probably don't even tell you where it is. Okay, that's what it is. Okie dokie. Field Marshal Croft says she has heard rumours about this. Doesn't say how many characters the answer is. So I've heard rumours. I'll assume it's going to be like a telegram. Problem is more than just Lady Carter's. I fear for the large accumulation of dead bodies in alleys may attract dangerous scavengers or worse. Basically directing you to Raka's alley, confirmed presence of an illegal corpse dumping ground.
Maybe we should check that out then.
Just don't ask me where it is.
But obviously, as Corvosans, we know. So it's not a big
Obviously, as
deal.
Corvus, you know.
Well, let's
that's-
go
Matter of
there
fact, I think Vorka hung out there one time trying to spy on somebody.
Well, that's just great, isn't it? Raka's alley with its strange and shadowy. I'll stop reading because we're looking for something. Raka's alley with its strange and shadowy corners has long been the site of illicit exchanges, quiet murders, and criminal business in the tangles of Western Old Corvosa. The Old Corvosa that's bloody quarantined. So she obviously knows, obviously expects you to work out a way to get in there. So yeah, you're going to Old Corvosa.
Well, fortunately, we know a way into there. So
Indeed. It's already shunned by. Yeah, it's already. Yeah. Criminal entangle. Basically, long exchange of quiet. Okay. Raka's alley, with its strange shape and shadowy corners, has long been the site of illicit exchanges, quiet murders, and the criminal business in the tangles of Western Old Corvosa. Already shunned by the locals and hidden from sunlight by looming buildings and the nearby wall. So it's near. It's obviously near the wall along the Narrows. Then. I've lost it. Yeah. You realise it would make a perfect dumping ground for Yeah, so obviously, probably because they can't, because the bodies, because obviously the carters aren't able to ship the bodies down to the grey. It sounds like that somebody's been dumping the bodies in Rakazali in Old Corvosa because they can't get them anywhere. They can't get them out.
Well, if Thaddeus can send another message, we could be met by a guardsman at the bridge with a official pass saying we need to be over there for guard business. And if that's not possible, then we'll sneak in. But better to do it like all official, like if we can.
I thought we could go in. We just couldn't come out.
Well, yes, but if we go in officially, we've got a reason to come out officially as well, haven't we?
Oh, that's it. It's escape. I need to look at the book 3, don't I? Details on the effects of the
Yeah,
current.
if we ask permission to go in, should be because then it becomes blatantly obvious that we went in, and then hopefully it'll be a bit more easier to get back out again.
Exactly.
I'm just going to check. I get the impression that it is closed off and no, they're not letting any. You can go in, but they won't let you back out on any circumstances.
In which case, how are the carters dumping things there?
No, there will obviously be bodies in Old Corvosa.
Right, okay.
Look, let's put it like this. I'll put it down to the quite sensible logic. It says, after you've done a couple of missions in Chapter 2, enact the quarantine. The 5th adventure in Chapter 2 requires you to get past the quarantine.
Okay.
So I'm just going to admit that I should have done this one earlier.
All right.
And we could always have a quick overflight without going in.
Just to go and check it out with sending your duck.
Yeah. We could have an altitude.
What did I miss?
Well, in fact, we can send a flight, can't we? We can send.
Yeah, we can send Duck Recon.
To be honest, yeah. Look, I'm going to be honest. It's my adventure. It's in Ridgefield.
It's in Ridgefield. Okay.
That solves all the problems, doesn't it? It's in Ridgefield.
Okay. Then we go there.
Yeah, sorry. I have to admit, it does wind me up, that one. It's like, yeah. At some point in the later chapter, preferably before the heroes start part 3, but after they've done 2 or 3 missions, and it's the bloody 5th mission. 4th mission, I should say. That's just annoying. They could have pointed that out because I'd have done it sooner. But anyway.
So we go to the place.
You're going to Ridgefield, yes. Rakazali. Rakazali restrained to 4. Okay. Yeah, I've just looked at someone's made a very nice, much nicer map of this than that one I'm going to have to use. So, yeah, so what is interesting is okay.
Ooh, flies. I hear buzzy flies.
So maybe I'll put that in there.
Buzzy flies.
I hear them now.
I see skeletons.
Do we see dead people?
Well, skeletons are generally from dead people.
The high walls of the surrounding buildings throw this awkwardly bent alley into constant shadow. Though littered with garbage and filth, the refuse isn't the most stomach-churning trait of this run-down sideway. Yeah, I should be pointing out the other alley you found only had about 4 or 5 bodies in it. This is a bit worse. Heaped against the bent
Considerably
wooden
more.
wall rises a pile of more than 36 plague victims, their faces blistered and flushed, eyes open and staring. The scent of death is overpowered by the reek of rot, suggesting that some of these corpses have been here for days, but even a casual glance reveals that certain bodies seem strangely pale compared to most of the victims who succumbed to the sickness.
Hmm.
Walker got caught on the wall. Walker's inside the building. Sorry, Walker. There you go. You wanted to get to there, I think. Let's move Majenko outside.
Yeah, I wanted to get up there and check out this closest body, basically.
Yeah, I think I just need to get everyone out of the walls. There we go.
Hadn't we a better send a bat down there?
As Walker gets a bit closer, you can see the alley is thick with fat flies and rats gorging themselves upon them.
Not to put too fine a point on it, Master Wild Soul, but I think dead bodies is your department.
I'm sorry, but I can't go down there with my sense of smell.
One
No,
moment.
the thing is, if the bodies are dead, then it's not really me. It's the bodies that refuse to die that are me. But I was going to say, can we not send a bat down there? Because I don't really want to. Is that not contagious?
Bats? Probably not.
No, I meant, but I'm saying if the bodies are contagious or the alley is contagious, we send a bat down. We could might have a look, and then the bat
Well,
the bat doesn't have to come back, does it?
there are worse ideas.
The bat's
I wasn't aware
disposable.
that I wasn't aware that being dead was contagious, but
Yo, you have no idea.
Death is something we'll all catch sooner or later.
oh, it comes to us all eventually. Yes.
Except for liches.
It's somewhat disturbing you said that, Master Nominage. Is there something about you we don't know?
Nope. I just did my studies.
Okay, I presume this first body is one of the ones that's more normally colored for having succumbed to the plague.
Yes, sorry, I was reading stuff. This building here, at the front here, is Geo Tori's Toys. As you look
Toy
in through the window, you can see awkwardly stitched stuffed animals, poorly equipped toy soldiers, and dolls exhibiting myriad of accidental deformities stare blankly out at the filth-smeared front window of this toy showroom.
I'm beginning to think that I'm not actually awake in some kind of plague-ridden nightmare.
Several kites dangle purple and crimson tails from the ceiling above, and a dollhouse recreating Castle Corvosa's intimidating towers dominates one of the room's side tables. Festooned
So,
with
can I
tiny bells, the shop's entrance stands to the north. Across the doorway marked private, and a counter cluttered with a dusty jar of candles. And I didn't.
So, hang on. If people are just dumping the bodies, is this not going to attract? Wait a minute. When they dumped them, they weren't the skeletons.
You would imagine that they weren't. No.
Right. So
I'm
I'm saying,
not-
is this not going to attract carrion eaters? Not
Well,
necessarily
you
rats,
imagine it
but
probably already has if they're down to skeletons.
aye.
You know, I'm sure I remember having a toy soldier from this shop when I was a child.
That must have disturbed you.
Oh, not so much as well, my brothers and sisters had some as well. There was
Bloody
a very
edges.
strange. There was a very strange rag doll known as a sad sack. My sister had a Dotty doll, and problem with my soldier was his head was back to front.
And my childhood comes flooding back. Sadly, I don't think anybody else got the reference.
Possibly not. Clearly, all of the toys here are made imperfectly.
This map is. I remember thinking that at the time, and I also noticed that whoever did a really much better version of the map actually fixed the problem.
The better version and quickly imported.
It's not the point,
Where not
is
put
it?
Line of sight in.
That's not the point. So what I'm going to have to do, I think, is I'm going to have to do that.
We can't use nice maps.
I've got some
We
beautiful.
can't have nice things.
We can't have nice ones because we're testing the ones that people are going to buy.
So, annoyingly speaking, as soon as you well, Thaddeus, basically, that's obviously as Thaddeus walks. I just checked 20 inches is a ridiculous bloody range. As Thaddeus just basically approaches the shop, he basically goes, "Oh, he's undead in the back of that shop."
Any boss undead?
I ready my mithril rapier.
So are
Talk
they
about.
all equal?
I mean, talk about the most. I have to be honest. That is such an annoying bloody power. Detect undead.
Yes.
It's ridiculously powered.
Not only.
Oh, mind you, you do actually have to activate it. But that's the only good thing, and it's a limited free action. But I know you did. Don't get me wrong.
Right, but the funny thing is, not only can I detect dead, but I can sort them in order as well.
Well, you can determine it. All it says is you can estimate how powerful each one is.
Yes. All that tells you whether or not all it really tells you is whether or not there's a boss there.
Yeah.
So if there's like 4 zombies and a vampire, I'll say, oh, there's 4 minors and 1 major, and that's all I can find out.
4 extras and a wild card.
Yeah, it's when Kev says they're all major undead. We go, we're leaving.
Exactly.
Aye.
Oh, that's annoying. I think I could just give you. Ah, no. Yeah. All right. Instead, then. Okay, I was gonna cheat and go and look up the D20 version and give you the challenge rating, but I can't. Just for fun.
So yeah, anyway, there's dead people in the shop. I don't know what dead people are. There might be ghouls, there might be something zombies. I don't know, but they're definitely.
I would imagine ones that eat corpses. Ghouls would be a fairly strong bet.
I'm going to say that. Well, according to this, they are not. I'm going to say. I'll go on the assumption that what we're calling wild cards powerful undead, as it were. These are probably medium level undead. Do you remember anything description about some of the corpses? You'd have a hint.
What the
Teeth marks on the bones?
Some were paler than others.
Oh, they've been exsanguinated. We've got
Vampire.
vampires. Show them your cross.
Cross, I'm bloody
I'm
furious. I'm going to give you a penny for that.
That was brilliant.
Okay, so yeah, okay. Fine. So, yeah, they're appear to be in the back room.
Do you want to, if when you go into the room, if you've got a sun rod, just shut the sun rod in the room.
I've got a
Wait.
sun rod.
It might work.
It won't kill them, but they won't like it.
Well, let's actually start by having a look through the window, shall we? Oh, apparently I can step through the window. Maybe I can't. Okay, can't see far through that window.
Yeah, hang on.
Let's find the door.
Hold up.
Aha.
Is
I
that the
don't know-
window or the door?
I do not know why. Do not know why. They think that tables should block line of sight. But no.
Is this door locked?
It is.
Are you sure?
I thought it was locked.
Clearly it wasn't. Let's go and have a look inside then. But quietly. All quiet like a fish.
Okie dokie.
I don't know if going down the alleyways a sight, because I don't see. Is there any? There's no other way in, is there?
Okay, everything in here is under a thin layer of dust. Someone tried to cut the corner and basically the layer just walks into the window.
Thin layer of dust everywhere. Oh, bloody hell, they can all fly, can't they?
Can I
Or they're coming in and out of a different doorway,
Can I
which would be
send
a
a
simpler
bat in?
explanation.
It was a very good lock, but you still managed to open it.
Oh, right. So it was a well-made lock.
Well, it was a shop lock, obviously. So.
Yeah. Okay. Is this door also locked?
Funnily enough, that door doesn't exist on the official Pathfinder map, but there's no way into the back room if there isn't a door there, so it makes sense to put a door there. So logically...
Maybe it's an archway.
Well, it looks like they forgot to lock that one as well.
Where counts a character tells. Okay. As you reach the counter, I'm going to just go back to you reaching the counter first. Let's turn off snap to bloody. Except everyone else's moves. There is a rusty lockbox behind the counter.
We can come back to that later. I'm more worried about the vampires that might be in here.
So you're opening the door. You've opened the door for the back room. Dozens of glass-eyed, crooked, and crazed. Oh, dozens of glass-eyes, crooked and crazed. I had to work that one out there. They're from the heads of malformed and half-carved dolls, lining skewed workroom shelves, rat-gnawed stuffed aurochs, disembodied doll limb miniature rolling elephants, unseaworthy miniature wooden ships, and blocks illustrated with deformed or poorly painted animals fill bins and racks about the room. What's their adventure in the Christopher called Stooky Bill? Recognise that from.
I think I'm going to be having nightmares about this shop.
A cracked door leads to the north, which is ironic because it isn't on the map, so I've just put it in the right place. While a rickety trap door breaks the sawdust-covered floor to the east. And I'll be buggered if I can see a trap door. Oh, maybe that's what I've...
No, that's a crate, isn't it?
I think...
So how can you stay away from it?
Indeed.
Indeed. Okay, so it says a rickety trapdoor breaks the sawdust-covered floor to the east. Okay. In one corner lies the drying corpse of a old bald man amid wood chips. Rusty tools and oily rags. Scored workbench. Sorry, I was just reading.
I think we might have just found the shopkeeper.
Somebody put us out of his misery.
Hmm.
Okay, in you go. Vorka, it appears that the wall here, the wall from the alleyway to the workshop has been broken through, as it were.
Ah, Master Vorka.
Am I going to get through that hole?
You're only little.
No, he's little. I'm not.
Give it a try.
Christ, that's a bit of a tight squeeze.
I guess the trapdoor must be underneath that table.
Well, I'm gonna just yeah. Again, as I say, I have to be honest. Given you've found everything you need now, there's no harm in sending you the link. Assuming that link works, that's a much nicer map. I certainly suggest people.
I think. Let's give it a go. The dead old man.
Yes,
Oh, that is a much nicer map, isn't it?
it is.
The dead old man. I'll look him over and close his eyes if needs be, because I'm guessing this is the shopkeeper, and for whatever reason he might have made bad toys, but he was trying to make toys and make children happy, and that's something.
So
In
hang on,
essence, dude.
can I just stop you there? How come I can how come I can find dead then if we can't see dead? So
Maybe they're down through the trap door.
underneath.
Well, now that you're here, can you feel them below us?
How's that for a trapdoor?
Ooh, I wonder if they're above us.
They're inside the room, man. You're not reading it right. That reference just went right over everybody's head, didn't it?
No, I got it. It was aliens.
Yeah, it was
It's all right.
aliens.
Nobody. Yeah,
I didn't
Kay got
bother.
Only
didn't
Kay
bother
got my
reacting.
Raggy Dolls comments.
I did. I totally got the Raggy Dolls references. I was refraining from singing the theme song in case there was some copyright infringement.
Well, there probably would be.
There always seems to be, doesn't there?
Yes.
Okie dokie. So, what's the grid size? And let's turn the grid on. Okay. Oh god, that doesn't line up. I'll have to sort that out another time. 1, 2, 3.
Goody, I think they're leaving us behind.
Let me unlock tokens so people can catch up. Sorry, it's just I'm trying to do three things. I'm trying to do three things at once, and it's okay.
So, Mr. Slayer, do you want me to go first? Ladies first, or should we send Master Wildsoul down to have a conversation with the vampires?
I can drop down quite successfully from any height and land well in pitch darkness. Perhaps I should go first.
Then, ladies first.
Well,
Gastus would say,
actually, you that's the problem is you're going to be blind because it's like you said, pitch darkness.
I will not be blind because I can see in any darkness.
Oh, right.
I have developed my connection with
sorry,
Ashave to the extent where the shadows and I are one.
It has to be said that I really cannot draw a sodding thing in Fancy Ground.
Oh, you're definitely getting darkness cast on you then. Think about that.
What, that I exude it even though I can see through it?
No,
I
if I
become-
cast if I cast darkness on you, right?
Mhm.
It means that everybody that you're fighting is effectively blind. If they don't have if they don't have anything to see through darkness, you can see them, right? Because you can overcome darkness, but they can't see you. So they're at
So,
minus 60.
so basically, if you put a blanket over Leah's head, all of Leah's enemies believe that they can't see her because she can't see them.
I am not the ravenous bug-bladder beast of trial. I am a shadow dancer. There
It
is
has
a
to be a
difference.
magical blanket, mind.
Isn't it the cloak? What was it? The cloak thing? Yeah, Eric the Viking. And he works on my father. Do you remember that?
Mm.
He goes
Sounds like the Emperor's New
How do you
Clothes.
get into where they are?
You go through the door.
You go through the door.
Where's the door? I've been trying to find it, because I forgot not the proper vision, apparently.
It's over there.
Push to talk, dear.
Forwards 2 more. Oh, there you got it. I forgot to push to talk. I'm sorry, I'm directing you without you
intruding
hearing
here,
me.
so you have to go in through the door.
Ah.
So, opening up the trap. Opening the trapdoor reveals a dirt crawl space beneath.
I would, you know what? I would still take a light source down there. I mean, if you take
3.5
it
feet
depends.
tall.
Ah, Mistress Teaberry, you've arrived at precisely the right moment.
Oh, that doesn't sound good. Why do I think that they mean exactly the opposite of that?
You frequently complain that we are all too large, and indeed, at this precise moment in time, apart from yourself, Vorka, and Master Nominage, we all are.
I nominate Master Nominage.
It'll be all too big to get through the hatch.
I can fit through. I just have to crawl.
Oh, why don't we send something down first? Like one, I can send Rudy down there just because I can see through his eyes. I
Orca
guess.
starts climbing down the hole.
Or we can send a bat
Okay.
down. Remember the bats that are disposable.
Vorka's already gone. It's a bit late. Vorka's already on his way.
I don't like Vorka taking risks, so.
Yeah, but you're okay with me taking risks. Thank you. I appreciate you too.
No, I would say I don't mind bats taking risks.
It's the wrong way round.
Why don't you call up some of your little bat friends?
So that's what I suggested, and then we've been arguing about it. Vorka big enough.
Right, now if I do that, and then I do that, and then I click on one of the party. Okay. So that's because you're inside a building, and therefore it should be fine. Okay, that's fine. I think I've got it working now. Okay, because obviously it's very dark down there. It's only 3.5 feet tall, so basically, for anyone who isn't small, it counts as difficult terrain.
Okay.
Holy symbols, like the silver holy symbols, scare off vampire thingies.
In theory.
Well, I guess we might get to test that theory if you're sure those are vampires.
Buffy was waiting for Vorka as he climbed down.
I did say sending a bat. Nobody listened.
I was following directly after Vorka.
As Vorka clambers down, he yelps in shock as something, as basically you the rest of you see some sort of movement coming. Okay, Leia, you're up. 1 inch to get to there, 1 inch to get to there, and then you end up over here.
Thank you. Excellent. Right.
Vorka just bounced up the track.
Convenient. I'm at the bottom of the list. I ain't going down that hole.
I'll let you go after Leia's finished her turn, Walker, if that's okay.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Did I hit it?
Did. Sure why you got the gang. Oh, yes, you would get the gang up. Didn't hurt it, though.
Oh, that sucks. Okay. I'll let it slide this turn.
Okay, Volker.
I will attack. Doopy doopy doop doop. You know what? You're right there. I'm gonna go ahead and step in just a smidge. Step in just there we go. Step in just a smidge. And attack number 1. Doopy doopy doop doop. And I will proceed to lop the head off of number 1.
Yeah, you will.
Smooth.
Reminds me. I haven't handed the heart dice yet. Okay, at this point, as you knock one of them off, goes, what the vampires start actually arguing amongst themselves. The next one goes, look, for crying out loud, I told you not to attack them. I told you just to smile at them sweetly. You stupid idiot. I don't know. And Vampire Spawn number 3 just gazes into Leia's eye. I need to sort that out because that's missing. I found my first. Not my first bug with Fantasy Grounds of the day, not with the map, which is beyond my control, but I will put a door on it. Do that. I need to do that. Stop, he says as he looks into your eyes. Be still. You get to make a spirit check. The vampire tells you to stop fighting.
No.
No. Fair enough. That's rather annoying. That didn't work. He's just going to have to eat you then. This is what happens when you don't notice they got the special abilities before you start the fight. Well, I tried, he says as he slashes at you with his claws. Was it a wound? Potentially, but you spent a fixture, so you'll probably avoid it at the last second. And brings us to Thaddeus.
Let's see. There's enough space for a dog to run in there, isn't there? Hello?
Yeah, there
Yeah.
will be.
Right, we'll send 2 wolves down the tunnel to help out.
And I forgot to basically impose the penalties on them. Vampires are okay because they're just basically crawling along. See, the penalty 50 fathoms edge. That really well done. I'm sorry, slide onto the mic. You might not be able to hear me. What's the 50 fathoms edge that basically meant you didn't suffer penalties when fighting below deck?
Steady hands?
No, it wasn't.
No.
It wasn't close fighter either.
Bilge rat.
Bilge rat, that's the one.
Okay. Yeah. The only reason I wanted that is because I thought I know 50 fathoms has got rules for fighting in the bowels of a ship. So yeah, there's a -2 penalty if you engage in combat down here, which you got away with, Leia, because I forgot to look it up before the. That
Well,
is
that
just
conviction points I've just spent, I don't think it would have made a difference.
I don't think it would have made any difference anyway. No. So Thaddeus is summoning some wolves. They are size -1, so they are small. You're fine. They will be able to react downstairs without problem.
That's the general idea. So 2 wolves. On the combat tracker. S'il vous plaît.
Mhm.
Hurrah.
You're sending him down below, are you?
Yes.
There you go. If you hadn't guessed, the map's over there from down below.
Yes.
Oh no, I wish I had a vampire lord. Just go.
I'm glad you don't.
No, just say because of course, vampire lord and wolves just be, you're my friends now, and they go, okay.
Right.
Dookie Bill, that first broadcast on television. Is that where I recognise the name from?
Possibly, yeah.
Yes, Dookie Bill. Yeah,
Well,
John Logie Bird's test subject.
Mhm.
Bollocks. I made the fatal mistake of not maximising my Fantasy Grounds window. And then using my mouse, which then suddenly just moved the entire Fantasy screen down to 1 pixel.
right. So
Hey.
we're on wolf 1.
Which of course means I've now got to I've got to now move every single bloody icon back.
And then we're on wolf 2.
I mean, I've got my bennies, I've got my dice, I've got everything all over the chat window, so I can't see what's happening. There we go. So annoying that.
Yeah.
Just because you resize the window, it moves all the icons. It's like, please, why?
Yeah, that targeting looks really weird. Don't know why. Looks super weird.
Wolf 2.
Anyway, meanwhile, back at the OK Corral, let's just roll this and then move on quickly. It didn't target them, did it? After all that. Targeting's broken.
NPCs again.
Or was that really just a big delay then?
No, that was me re-rolling it on the character sheet. I didn't click on. I didn't roll on that. You could do a test, so I don't know what's going on there.
Right.
Anyway.
So did I hit or not? Did I hit or not?
4s were.
Took 4s, no.
Why did my lights just turn out?
Right.
Who turned out the lights?
Anyway, gang of bonuses nerfed. That's the point.
The Vashnarada.
Everything's broken. I can't. The windows have moved. Oh, Vampire Battle. There we go. Turn that on. Well, that was a bit loud. There we go. Turn my lights back on. Is it is it my turn? It's Vampire Spawn 4. Okay. Actually, I'm just going to put him down a bit. He's a bit loud for this. There he goes. There you go. Make it a bit quieter for everyone. Okay. He's just going to... Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Number 2 falls under the control of Vampire. Then literally crawls across the ceiling, reaches down to slash at Dvorka. And misses. Wolf number 2's already acted this turn. That brings us to Aki.
So what corridor have they gone down?
The
Where have they
trap
gone
door.
down? A trap door or something?
He went down the trapdoor and found there was something down there.
Oh, we keep saying stay away from that trap door. No one listens today.
They don't.
It's Vorka. Vorka likes little creepy dark places for some reason.
They look like they're managing all right. Do you need any help down there? I'm calling out to you. Do you need any help down there?
No. I think I've got this one. This is fun.
We just got a couple each. We should be okay.
I'm going to go on hold.
Well, in spite of everybody being fine, I'm going to go in the crawl space.
Yeah, you have fun down there. We'll stay up here and watch out for any, but we'll watch your back. We got your back.
Much less creepy down here. There are none of those really weird toys staring at me.
Oh, is there something odd about these toys? And Whistledown, these would be really popular.
They are creepy.
To put you on top of Vorka, because Vorka's
You
still at
should
the bottom
meet
of the ladder.
some of the people who live in Whistledown. I suspect you would think they're pretty creepy.
I'll do that, so it's... Do that.
Right.
So it's easier to pick which one's which.
So I'm at -2.
I'll put it in as an effect.
Thank you. Marvellous. So I'm going to drop down and stab out at both of these vampires, I think.
Let me know if you find any books or scrolls down there, and I'll come down.
Actually, yeah, I mean, you could search the workshop while you're up there, if anyone who's in the workshop, couldn't you?
Yeah, I'd rather do that on my turn.
You know what? That's worth a penny. It is. There we go. That's better.
You wild attack.
Yep.
Okay.
No, I'm sure they're rogues.
They are. But it won't matter if you're doing that much damage.
Hmm. No, I'm not trying to move that. How on earth did I manage to pick that up when I was trying to drop a die to attack? Shaken will have to do. Our genie is going to flap in towards the shop.
Sassafras. Give us a
Yeah,
notice.
they said they don't need any help, so I'm just searching. So you need notice, or
Well, it depends if you want to search here, back here, or back in the toy shop bit.
I'd rather search here for right now.
Okay, that's fine. Just a notice check, please. Searching around the room. Okie dokie. Yep. Yeah, don't find anything. Searching around this room, I'm afraid to say.
Well, then I'm going to take my time to move here, and I'm going to
Yeah.
go look at the toys that she said are creepy. I don't see what's creepy about them, so I got to figure that out.
Okie dokie.
And
There's a
Rudy'll
lock.
be right.
Yeah. You do notice a lockbox behind the counter as you move back.
He
I'm
doesn't
getting
hide under
serious
my
lag in
cloak
fancy
anymore,
grounds
but he
today.
does when he goes.
Serious lag in fancy grounds today.
Why am I targeting sassafras?
Yeah, I was wondering that too. I didn't do nothing to you. I think I like Leah. The rest of these guys are kind of weird, but.
I don't even know how I'm targeting you.
And that Thaddeus dude, man, there's something really strange about him.
Thanks.
Thaddeus, you're up, sir.
Okay, I'm quite kind of miffed by all this. So tell you what, I'll go down this space.
Bit hard, really. Thaddeus is in the way. Augustus is in the way. He didn't move.
Yeah, well, that's because there were vampires to the left of me and vampires to the right.
I know. So you were stuck in the middle on the ladder. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can look down, but you can't climb down, Thaddeus. I'm afraid to say.
So I can't go down. Well, the first thing, I mean, as a free, I can
If
drop
you
a
could
spell.
attack that vampire from above, it's close enough to the hatch that it'd be diagonally able to poke it if it's that narrow a crawl space.
No, because Gastus is
Diagonally.
basically Gastus's head is practically sticking out the top of it. Don't forget, 3.5 feet. Yeah, no. Plan, Mr. Gastus, sir.
I think I'm going to have to.
Not Gastus, I meant Thaddeus. Sorry, you're way down the combat tracker.
I thought I was.
So there's no way I can get. There's nothing I can do right now. Is there?
Well, as I say, you can't get down the ladder because it's a confined crawl space, and Gastus is in the way.
Well, on hold.
Okie dokie. Okay, the wolf is not affected, so I'm just going to have to stab it. I'm just going to have to claw layer and miss.
They sound like very, very angry cats.
They do, don't they?
Yeah.
I'm going to hit, but I'll give one more try because you are vulnerable at the moment, and sneak attacking would have been a lot of fun.
It would. But it didn't work.
No.
Right. Now I will get a little out of the way. And I'm not going to wild attack this time. I'm just going to wallop this guy. Because I did not like it that he attacked me. That was very unfair of him. And then I'll step forwards, and this wolf appears to be being problematic to Leah, doesn't it?
You don't know that yet. How's it acted?
Oh, in that case, I'll finish my move going round it. I'll
Yeah.
go for this one.
Fair enough. And you notice how he just comes down and kill steals all your fun, Leia?
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
No, I'm only shaking things with my mangosh. I mean, granted, it doesn't get the +8 damage that the magic mithril blade does, but you know. Interesting.
Why
You've
was
got
it?
it's added it 3 times instead of twice. No idea why.
Except it didn't. Oh yeah, I suppose it did. Well, hang on. You rolled no.
Yeah, 7 and 12.
Yeah, it went up to a total of 19.
I
What
only
did
see
I?
11.
I only see a 7 and I only see an 11. I don't see a 19.
Right, 7 damage. Yeah.
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 Look
Oh yeah,
underneath it.
19.
Environmental weakness.
Yeah.
Environmental weakness, magic and silver +4. Environmental weakness, magic and silver +4.
That moved you
Environmental
back.
weakness, magic and silver +4.
I see what you mean. Yes.
It
I
should have only
take.
it should
take
have only
it-
happened twice. I would have still killed it, but it should have only happened twice.
What? It shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen twice. It should only happen once.
No, it should happen once for magic and once for silver.
Wouldn't that be +2 each?
No, because environmental weakness, you get
They
+4 damage.
don't. Shouldn't. I don't think they should stack. Personally. Personally, I don't think they should stack. It's one.
Right.
Because it's.
Aye, that's one
Uh,
modifier.
No, hang on. Yeah, okay. So basically, it's a quirk. No. Environmental weakness, magic and silver. Enchantment will do +4, or enchantment or silver should do +4 damage. But obviously, because it's doing both, it's treating it as both, but it shouldn't be both. I don't know how there's any way around that, to be honest. You know what I mean?
It's actually adding it 3 times though.
Yeah, I don't know why it's added it a third time. I can't work out.
Oh well, it's always as everything else,
Mm.
garbage in, garbage out. You know.
And I'm gonna let you said that over here behind this counter was I noticed a lockbox back over here.
Which actually means you're still over here, and you shook it, and then which means, logically speaking, an 11 only shook it on your first attack. So on your second attack, you'd have hit the same one, and you would have shaken it a second time, which would incapacitate it.
Yeah.
Is basically how it ends up. Yeah.
But I would have still moved round to the next one anyway.
After defeating the second one, I agree. Yes.
Yeah.
But it's a semantic thing. I had to move you back for original.
Yeah,
reference.
that's fine.
Okie dokie. So, be quiet.
It
Go
was
back.
over
We're in the
here.
workroom now.
But it was
Uh,
over here. I
It
noticed the lockbox.
was Gregorius Toys. It's a pathetically jingling lockbox behind the counter. Upon opening the container, reveals a couple of gold pieces, a handful of silver, a fair few more copper, a silver tooth, and a brass-shaped key like a symbol of Abadar and bearing the number 261.
I will put all of those in one of my many pouches that all of us gnomes carry. And the silver tooth, now, that seems kind of odd around vampires. Rudy's just hanging out with me. Is there anything else I can do? Or opening the lockbox was my turn.
Well, no, obviously, I mean, you can walk around the place. I've popped the stuff in the party sheet.
I'm gonna go look at I'm gonna just.
You can make a common knowledge check.
I'm pretty certain I know what that is.
So that means if I go back to the party sheet and ID it, the key is this is a key to a private deposit box at an Abadarian temple. If taken to the clerk at the Grand Vault of Abadar, the key a key leads a priest to fetch. I'll have to check the text on that because either I've mistyped that or they did. The key leads a priest to fetch Gulgori's basically. It's a what's it called?
I found it, so it's all going in my pouches. So I'm gonna.
It's a lockbox.
Yeah.
Go to the Church of Abadar, and they'll get it for you.
Yeah, and I bet that's where the real money is.
Brings us to Walker.
I might tell you guys.
How much
okay, Vorka is going to swing around this other side of Leia and the wolf and whack number 3. And whack number 3.
I saw a performance of Leia and the Wolf at the theatre last year. It was very good.
Yeah, I'll take a shake.
Oh, I never got the notification.
I set him up. You knock him down.
I didn't get the notification. Does it started yet?
The Kickstarter, yeah.
I didn't get the bloody it didn't notify me. It probably really didn't. It started. Well, yeah. I went on earlier, and of course, it hadn't started yet. I had the notification, but it didn't notify me. So, back it now. They're sorting out using a Benny.
What if you give?
That's maintaining conviction.
If you give Pinnacle a Benny, they'll let you have first on the Kickstarter.
So, yeah, I'm just doing the print version because I'm sad like that. I don't need any of the fantasy stuff. Don't need anything. You use the Benny to maintain your smite. I can see. Don't need anything else other than that.
You've not. That was maintaining conviction. You've not put the smite on yet.
That's what I meant. I meant conviction, but
that's the second power I've spent, and I didn't bother putting either one of them on because I'm confused about how it worked. So I'm an idiot, but never mind.
Yeah, you have to put the effects on out of the power.
yeah, so you click on the button that it says Mystic Powers Monk. Yes, activate the module. And it's broken.
That's because you've not got Mystic Powers Monk loaded. That's on Kay's computer.
That's fine then.
I have sent it to you, but you've not got it loaded.
At least it works as players can load them, which is fine by me.
Well, players can load them if they're on their own computers.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I meant. I can live with that.
I've only got the smite because it means if they're not affected by non-magical weapons, then my attacks will affect it. That's the only reason I did that.
That's arcane, which is technically.
That should have the magic keyword. Once it's on.
Does it though? Because that's where it starts getting interesting. Do you know what I mean? It's an interesting grey area. Doesn't matter.
Never
You've
been
killed it.
grey in any game I've ever played.
It's it was on the forums when they were there that an attack with any kind of weapon that smite is cast on counts as an
Counts as
attack from a
magic.
magical weapon.
Yes, which I don't disagree, but God knows how I'm going to code that in the record.
I guess you just have to tell people that there's a weakness and people can add a manual +4 damage.
Well, you already know it in the fight, so anyway, I'm glad that fight's over. It's tedious. Congratulations, you have defeated the vampires that were meant to completely surprise you. Hey, look, there's some monsters over there.
Well done us. Aren't we awesome?
Right, but the only thing is, I'm quite sad about all that, because where did they come from?
For the record, right? For the record, yeah, your detect undead is bigger than the entire map.
Yes, and
That is OP.
it's not OP at all.
He has to know to actually activate it.
Yeah, but then basically you can't. There isn't a Pathfinder map that's basically big enough to hide them. Goodness.
You best make a bigger map, then, isn't it?
I think the GM's spitting his dummy out.
Yes,
Yep.
See,
Well, that's what I was just wondering.
And you're probably going to miss the fact that Thaddeus is now feeling all morose and upset because we don't know who the vampires are.
See, if it was
No, we
like
do. They're
the
those
if
dead
it was
things
like
down
the
there on the floor.
Aye, but where did they come from?
if it was like the original power, then that was a bit more balanced. It was like you actually had to stand there and maintain it for rounds to get information. But they just say, oh yeah, you can detect all undead within 20 inches. None of this first round detect the presence because it's meant to be fast and furious to just get OP'd. Okie dokie. Anyway. I'm sure it doesn't.
That's nothing. That's nothing. Wait till they get to the. Oh, you get a natural healing roll after for every combat.
I'm not so bothered
Not
about the fact.
necessarily.
Why?
I'm not so bothered about players being able to heal themselves up like there's no tomorrow.
That depends on whether or not we let
magical
you drink
campaign.
them.
Anyway, congratulations, you Yeah.
Killed them.
killed them.
Oh, maybe we should. How would we know that Thaddeus was being all morose? He's morose all the time anyway.
Well, yeah, it's true.
So he wouldn't look any different. We should let the field marshal know that we've dealt with a number of dangerous undead.
Yeah.
I have some
So
notice checks
on
from
a nice sunny day, the party's walking about and there's a little black cloud over Thaddeus, raining all the time.
Yep.
Can I have notice checks for anyone in the basement?
I'm not in the basement.
I'm in the basement. And Leia's in the basement, but Leia is not in the room, as in the room that I'm in, next to their computer.
A notice check reveals several items amid the soil filling the 4 vampires' coffins. 3 leather pouches. Yeah, and a set of bone pipes.
The 4 vampires' coffins.
They're buried in the dirt.
Yes, but do they not? So that we killed the vampires rather than them returning to their coffin. Let's smash the coffins anyway, just in case, eh? Not give them anywhere to rest.
I missed that step. Winter. Blood joint energy drain and fast regeneration, gaseous form. Vulnerability. Yes, I forgot winning capacity. I just forgot. I shows you. I've just had a rotten day, and I'm afraid I didn't have. Well, not a rotten day. I just had a busy day, and I didn't have my customary time to read ahead, and I've forgotten key important things that I always forget when it comes to bloody vampires. Anyway, yeah. So basically, 3 leather pouches hold a combined total of 15 platinum and 300 gold pieces, all of Ulstervik minting.
Ostrovic, okay.
Ulstervik, yeah. Ulsterlandvik, I should say. Minting. A ring sculpted to look like intertwined brass spiders' legs and a set of bone pipes.
Oh, let's see if I know anything about them, shall we? Well, I will finger the ring
Dirty bastard.
and then have a nosy at the pipes.
Okay, yeah, and bone pipes of haunting and a ring of the skillful athletic. Don't stack with anyone who's got full.
Oh, the pipes cast the fear power. They don't. A ring of the skillful doesn't stack, yeah.
Well, it's the same as the bonus you're already getting, so therefore, you know what I mean. If it was, I'm just going to say it doesn't stack.
Righto.
Well, shouldn't Leah get the pipes in?
The pipes of fear.
Sorry, I was AFK sorting out my son. I'll be here. I'll have a look now.
I'd imagine Leah can play pipes. That's all.
Probably.
You've been in a band or two, I'd imagine. No,
Well, I should probably put that back then, because I've already got a ring of the skillful, so there's now 2 of them there.
Were there actually 2 of them there, or is that a fault?
No, there are now 2 of them because I've taken one off because I've just realised it hasn't been working.
It has been, but it shouldn't have been. Now, I did notice earlier you got a +1/+1 for the on, and it's like no, because basically, yeah, I'm treating it as the same magic. You've got you and me. It's
so
just...
a ring of the skillful won't work. That ring of skillful won't work for you either, Leia, but it will work for anybody that doesn't have the athletics bonus from.
I barely have athletics. Can I have one of them?
Well, there's 2 of them, and if neither of us can use them, they
Yeah,
seem
I'll
to be
have one of them.
plentifully
all.
available.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically it's Fortune's Return. So it's if anyone who didn't take Fortune's Return athletics can benefit from it.
Right, so can I take it then?
It's in the party sheet. Whoever dabs them can take them, aren't they? One in the party sheet.
Yeah, because I really suck at anything athletics because, well, I'm a gnome. I'm a wizard. I'm not supposed to be, graceful. I'm supposed to be smart.
We truly are amazing.
We are. We're outrageous. Truly, truly outrageous.
Okay, so what I will do.
Truly outrageous.
I was thinking that's well. Okay, so the party's got 68 copper, 8,145 gold, and 60 platinum between you all. Enough to worry about. Not enough to worry about magic items.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's
And back up. I'm going to show that key of Abadar to Gastinius because he Abadar, that the whole Bank Abadar thing was his thing, and I don't know what the hell it is.
Well, I'm pretty sure I'll recognise it instantly, having been trained in the Bank of Abadar, and say, yeah, if we take this to the bank, that'll get us access to a lockbox because we've got the key.
Well, I found it in an unlocked lockbox, and there was a little bit of coin in there. But I found this, and then I show him the silver tooth. And do you have any idea why somebody would have something like this? It looks a little weird.
Well, maybe it was used in payment for something.
Your little dragon seems to want it, though.
Though, in all honesty, we should maybe try and track down the shopkeeper's family if he has any. I mean, if he does, clearly this lockbox key belongs to them.
Okay, well, if that's the honest thing to do, I guess.
If anyone examines the
Maybe I better give you this
Body.
key for safekeeping. To give the key to him, I just drop it on his portrait.
Yeah.
Okay, that's helpful. The lockbox was meant to be locked, but I don't mind. I'm assuming, well, obviously you searched the body, you found there. So when you searched the body, I can wreck on this. When you searched the room, Sassafras, you noticed that the desiccated body had 8 puncture marks up and down the neck, and a ring of small keys, which of course is what you use to open the logbox. Got to open that one.
Yeah.
If anyone, actually, if Aki wants to examine down below, he can make a common knowledge check. He wants to down in the undercroft bit. The soil all down there is not local. It's the dry grey soil from Ustalovac.
Well, let's get rid of it then, because that's clearly the vampire's soil that they're returning to regenerate.
What do I know about this soil?
Well, not just basically
it's
the
not
vampires.
native.
Yeah, the vampires weren't native.
We could, do something to it. Can't we desecrate it?
Why don't we
not
mix it
desecrate,
with-
the opposite of desecration, making
Consecrate.
Consecrate.
Walker, come on.
Consecrate.
Desecrate it for vampires, which is make it
Consecrate.
consecrate. That's the word. That was it. See, I knew there was an opposite to desecrate. Show off.
Well, the other two said it first. I was just repeating it louder.
I didn't know. I couldn't hear myself. I was talking too loud.
And the opposite of in order to do the opposite of desiccating, you just add water, don't you?
Desecrate, not desiccate.
That was deliberate.
Yeah, I know. I was being a straight guy
I'm going
for the
to.
first time ever.
Well, since you've never been a guy and you've never been straight, that's
Yeah.
well. Let's sort out the soil and smash up the coffin so the vampires can't regenerate, and tell the field marshal what good little creatures they've been.
Walker can perform. There isn't any. The consecrate first level spell doesn't exist in Pathfinder. So that sounds like
It doesn't.
You could just do
sounds like a
rituals,
cantrip
couldn't
to
he?
me. I think it's a cantrip. I personally
It'd
think
just be a
to
ritual, wouldn't
bless
it?
the soil.
Consecrate the
Yeah,
soil. He comes down, throws some holy water on it.
yeah. Sprinkle some holy water and makes a faith roll to consecrate the area so the vampires cannot
support him
return.
if he wants.
Well, you
Yeah,
are a
you
druid,
are.
are you not?
Doesn't need any support with that, does he?
Yeah, support. Look at that. You just
I've done
shout.
it. It just started sprouting flowers and trees.
The lovely little hearts spread all over the ground and making everything spread all over the grey earth and absorb into the soil, blessing it.
I've just realised, Vorkers, what happens if you cross a Care Bear and a Boglin?
Yes, exactly.
Well done.
I'm staying out of this because if I go down there, I'll die again.
Right. Yes. So you have successfully dealt with
The vampires.
with
Well,
them.
So where did they come from?
well, when a mummy vampire and a daddy
Do you know,
vampire
I was
love,
just like,
Bite each other very much.
they bite a non-vampire in a very special way.
Oh dear.
I will allow if anyone really wants to, and they really wants to work out anything about the odor of the shop, they can, and they are Corvosan heritage. They can make a common knowledge check at -2. See what if they remember anything about Rodolfo
You know what?
Gittori.
I'm gonna spend a penny on it because I do want to find his family if he's got any to give him this box. No.
It's unfortunate. Which means I think you just got to keep the box for yourself.
What a pity.
I suppose so.
Are you heading to the Church of
Hang on, wait a
Abadar?
minute, let me think about it.
Well, how many of us are actually native Corvosans?
Hmm.
Good point. I made the roll and I shouldn't have been able to. Sorry.
That's why I did say native Corvos.
Yeah, I'm just tired.
No, I'm not talking to you. And I don't mean it like I don't mean it literally blaming you. I'm just saying that
I was
generically
too
that's why I
tired to
said
even
it.
realise you didn't mean that.
I can't remember if Thaddeus screws up. It's northwest of Corvosa, so even now Thaddeus wouldn't have known, I'm afraid. He didn't grow up in Corvosa, he grew up northwest of Corvosa.
Well, I guess we'll take it to the Church of Abadar then.
Okay, taking it to the Church of Abadar, handing the key over, the priest walks away. Obviously, you take it. Yeah, you take it to the Grand Vault of Abadar. The key brings back basically takes the key and then brings you back the contents of the box, which I shall now add to the party sheet.
Are you the keymaster?
So,
That
I
looks
still
good.
don't think
Trailer
it
for
was
that looks good.
so was killing the vampires a good deed then, was it?
It was, yes.
You saved 200 lives.
I'll tell you what, this reputation is just getting round, isn't it?
I'll Benny that occult to see if I can identify those boots.
I think I need a sound for awarding, don't I?
Mm.
More conviction.
Okay, what do masterwork thieves tools do?
Don't break as easily.
Absolutely no idea.
Okay. Well, I'm going to take them anyway because I think I'm the only person that's likely to be able to use them.
Pick the lock for you.
Yeah.
I mean, because basically, obviously, in Pathfinder, a masterwork thieves tool gives you +1 bonus on your pick lock rolls.
That'd be huge.
They don't do as far as there's no rules for what they do in Savage Pathfinder, and I think personally, someone just copied when they were doing converting it. They just copied the text over about them and didn't actually bother putting in what they actually do. Because even a free reroll would be expensive.
Yeah, maybe they just don't break if I critically fail with them.
Why don't you give them a free reroll?
And I have just identified those magical boots, which I might snaffle if they're good. And just say, oh, look, it's just full of his toy design papers.
Well, it's not like I'm going to take them, is it?
You don't wear boots, do you?
My feet aren't the right shape for boots.
Exactly.
They're a poor fit.
Budum. You really clawed that one out of the bottom of your joke barrel, didn't you?
Yes.
Oh, look, they're just my size as well. Yoink.
So what is it they do? I just want to know.
They make me able to jump
Cool.
and stuff.
GM, you might want to knock my conviction off.
I will at some point. Yes.
Well, yeah, I've got rid of the key. Let's.
No money.
Well, I would say we go and, having gone to the bank, we let the field marshal know. And possibly point out that if the doctors were doing their job, they'd have reported this some time ago. That the bodies of the dead were going missing and not being sorted out.
Feeling that is
Something happened, but we don't know what.
Mm-hmm.
no, that's fine. That's that's fine. I was just testing. So if I go into here, do that, wait, one of your conviction, and then that. There you go.
Oh, we have a sound for conviction. Hooray!
Well, I need to come up. I might have to have a play around because I'd like. I think that's a better one for awarding the conviction. So I need to come up with a better one for using a conviction. But I'll get
Something like a sound of a magic wand, perhaps.
Yeah. Who knows? Okay. Got to be of type. You just sounds funny.
Damn you!
That really doesn't. Sometimes it's really strange. Yeah,
I
no
know,
idea.
that does kind of go with spending conviction, doesn't it?
It might do actually.
Damn you!
That's a 41 apparently. Oh well.
Wand of wonder.
Do not ever let Kay have a wand of wonder.
No, I'm not the one that misused the last one.
If you watched or played my Spelljammer campaign, I had a Shield of Wonder in that.
Ooh.
Didn't know they did shields in that.
Basically, it was it was a bit faffing. Sometimes I missed it, but basically, if it was the shield that blocks the attack, i.e., the shield is the only thing that stopped you getting hit. You know what I mean? Because it added to your parry. See, I always added to the last thing. Then I'd roll on the Shield of Wonder table for what happened. And so, one of the best ones, one time someone hit the shield and basically that fired a lightning bolt straight out of the shield in a straight line.
Awesome.
Against fence or foes. Exactly.
Depends which direction it fires out of, the front or the back.
Yeah. But anyway, we shall move on, shall we not indeed? What's your plans? Where you headed?
I'm going to go back to the barracks.
Okay.
See if I can get an audience with the field marshal,
Mhm.
and put forward that if all these bodies have been being carted away from, and cheap healing was coming from the Church of Abadar, some of these bodies must have been coming from the hospital where the doctors are working, and if they're supposed to have been going to the the grey things,
Not the grey things.
it's not been looked at properly. It's not been looked after properly. The doctors should have known about it. The Church of Abadar should have known about it, and that needs looking into, because if that's got,
I think the problem is at this point where the city's in turmoil and that things are breaking down. You know, everyone, you know, the actual there's so many people are out there scared of catching the blood veil. You'll probably find that half the people are just locked up in their homes and stuff. But yes,
It's all right. Next week they're going to be starting the Eat Out to Help Out campaign.
yeah.
Oh yes.
Porn movie, isn't it?
So at the moment, corruption is going up. But I mean, basically, Cressida's concern is at this rate. Cressida's real concern is at this rate that that basically things are getting so out of hand outside that the leader of the Grey Wardens may just declare martial law.
Mm.
Any,
And presumably that would put the watch completely out of business.
well, they wouldn't be
Is that-
they wouldn't really be needed, would they? Any, that. That's not that enough times. Okie dokie. Now, right. Let's see. Let's move things on a bit, shall we? On a couple of days because why? So you've got a couple of days of downtime, as well, not downtime, but you know what I mean. A couple of days move later after you've cleared out the thing. It would appear that in total, half a dozen people have given evidence, saying that they genuinely believe that Leandra's luxuriant concoction, whatever it's called,
Liniment.
has luxurious liniment has helped them. More than half of them do obviously still are showing the effects of blood veil. They are saying they feel it has eased their pain and they feel better, and a couple of them are actually in the middle of at the end of their questioning was basically saying, when can I get some more of the liniment, because I'm running out of stock. So
But it clearly hasn't cured them.
well, not necessarily yet, but Leandra is arguing that they obviously didn't get it. Basically, the overzealous actions of a bunch of acting Corvosan guards, not even actually recognised as official guards of Corvosa, who stormed into a shop, tore up the place and shut her down, obviously meant she didn't have a chance to give enough, sell enough of her liniment to actually help cure the plague. And obviously, unless she's allowed to return to her business.
Can I just nip that in the bud right now?
Ow.
Well, think about it. What card did I play?
Well, yeah, I know
Love
that.
interest.
I know you played
Yeah.
love interest, but you can't. You can't do much while she's under guard. You'll have to bust her out.
Well, no. What we'll need to do?
We just go and visit her and we say, stop telling malicious rumours. Don't be a naughty girl. Don't stop telling tales. Please.
But perhaps, Master Wildsoul, what we should do is,
Not how it
she
works.
says that she says that we have wronged her, so let us make it right. We can arrange for her to spend time with those that are worst beset by the blood veil, with her alchemy lab there, creating her concoction to heal them. Of course, she won't get ill herself because she'll have the concoction to take, and therefore will not get ill because she can cure herself and can cure all of those around her. I'm sure she'll agree to that.
Another thing, when I want to talk to her, I don't actually have to go to the prison.
Vendra. Getting a name mugged up. It's Vendra. That's why I couldn't find it.
I'm sure that Vendra would agree to that, knowing, in being insistent as she is that the potion works. She will take it herself and therefore not get ill, and can support all of those that are ill.
Well, alas, although before she can respond, it is obviously you get the suggestion is overruled by the priests of Abadar, stating that she would. In fact, what will happen is she will continue to manufacture the liniment, but under the closely controlled eyes of the Bank of Abadar, who will of course control the sale of it.
Or is
Actually,
it
back
because
in
the
sec-
venture's on rails and there's nothing I can do?
No, it's nothing to.
Regardless
No,
of
no,
what
no,
I'm
no, no.
spotting.
There's everything you can do about that. Don't. Just because you say "I love you" doesn't mean someone whose basically whole purpose in life is to make money will stop doing something because she can't because she's in love.
Is it love or is she just like
Yeah.
feeling horny?
But basically, so at the moment, it's looking like the Bank of Abadar are going to, under controlled experimental processes, get Vendra to make the potions for them, make potions under controlled conditions, and the bank will sell it to a group of patients to test its effectiveness. I'll be back in a sec.
And
Sell it to test it. Wow.
I'd just like to point. I'd
need a
like
drink.
I'd just
No
like to
wonder that
point out that
Gasta, she stopped working for them.
do you know every time we talk about the bank, I think of this cartoon with a little red flying bat.
Yeah, the Abadars.
Yeah, the Abadars.
Yeah, so do I. That's why I put it the post in.
But here's the strange thing. I don't hear the song. The song I hear is Abada do 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 Abada, which has got nothing to do with the cartoon.
Yeah, it doesn't quite fit with the image, does it?
No, well, when you point that out, Lair, I will agree. This is one of many reasons I decided to part ways with the Church of Abadar in spite of what it did to my family. I couldn't in good conscience remain with them.
I find your decision most laudable, Gastus.
Is it just me, or did it get very quiet?
I was about
It
to ask
did, it got very
exactly that
quiet.
question, but
he said
you
he'd
did
be
it
back in a
first.
minute. He's gone AFK.
Yep.
He's reading. He's reading the. What do I do? What do I do?
My players have broken the game again.
Sorry about that. What's your plan?
Plan?
Plan!
Got a plan?
We have no plan.
You have no plan. That's okay.
What percentage of a plan do we have?
About 8% of a plan, maybe.
So,
Honestly,
Did we go to the Bank of Abadar to check this stuff out? Because you got that key you might want to ask him about, Gastinius.
oh, we've already done that.
And what did the key open?
Well, it opened a box that contained a large number of papers about making toys.
Really scary, dodgy toys.
I believe Master Wildsoul took them. Papers, of course.
What?
If that potion really is acting as a palliative in some cases, then maybe there is at least a little benefit to it. We have those books that were taken from, I forget where, but that perhaps if we were to give your lady friend access to them, she might be able to, well, improve upon her potion. We have a number of books.
Yeah, we've got a book of books of diseases, and we took it back to the house because I wanted to have a butcher's at them.
Yes, if we were to go and recover them and offer them to your lady friend,
because I still don't. I still don't understand the going into prison relatively normal and coming out of prison abnormal business, and I really kind of want to understand my the nature of who I am and where I came from and all that kind of stuff.
well, when a mummy vampire and a daddy
Oh, he's at it again.
But perhaps if we get those books and give them to the young lady, she might actually be able to make something that really works, or at least will do more, even if it improves it to helping people resist the disease rather than just making the symptoms go away while they carry on dying.
See, I thought that but the idea is if we had her we had her as a friendly ally, or we could tap her for knowledge later on.
Well, I think maybe we can give her some knowledge now, and that'll make her more friendly to us anyway.
Aye, we've got a whole books of diseases.
If you want to make that, if you want to collect the books from the house and offer them to her as a gift, maybe.
Well, she is in prison, so she's got time on her hands.
or even as a loan, so that she might make a better antidote. Impress upon her that we know what she was up to, and
but let's do this. Let's do this the other way around. Is we tell the Bank of Abada what we intend to do, and it may increase their profits if she had said books.
Well, we'll speak to our contact. He is at least one of the better Abadarians.
I'm beginning to wonder why we keep running things by them as if they are a laudable organisation. The more I get to know them, the less I like them.
Yes, I know they are.
They are, but they are one of the most important groups within Corvosa. And one thing you will learn about Corvosa the longer you stay here is it's not necessarily about doing well, it's about being seen to be doing well, whether or not you are. Didn't say I agreed with it, but there are still laudable things in Corvosa, Mistress Leia, and I would rather improve the city from within than write it off completely.
Quite a job you've got for yourself.
I was hoping I wouldn't be alone, but if I am...
I didn't say I was abandoning you.
Nor was I expecting it to be just you, Mistress Leia. I meant that there are others in Corvosa that are decent of heart as well.
Well, let's hope those are the ones with the strong immunity to this disease. It would be rather sad otherwise.
There is definitely. Anyway, I'm just trying to do stuff, and every 10 seconds the mouse doesn't move. You know what I mean? So when I'm trying to do something, it'll just pause. It's very annoying.
Is it low on battery? Remind us that one, its battery's running out.
No. It's actually, I better check. I think but it'd be typing or anything. But my mouse mat charges my mouse.
Ah,
fancy.
So theoretically,
what just chases the mouse out of the rooms, is it?
yeah. He goes, charge!
Fuck you, mouse! I'm going to get you.
So my battery's my it's a Logitech Pro wireless mouse with a battery level of 94%, sitting on a power play mouse mat which charges it wirelessly.
Well, it's very high tech. You're like
I'm a geek.
Star Trek, not Pathfinder.
Campaign. Come on. Let's try to sort stuff out. So your plan is to go back to the house, is it?
Go back to the house, get the book, then bring that to the bring that to his lady friend.
His lady friend, eh?
His lady friend.
Fair enough. And I just,
in the hopes that she can use it to actually make a proper cure.
Like a good plan to me. With me, I'm just okay. So that's the plan.
That is the plan.
Okay.
In the absence of anything else to do. Unless anyone else has a plan.
No.
I don't plan. We live for the moment.
That's a name for you. Why plan
Well,
when
you
you
know,
can just...
planning takes all the excitement and surprise out of everything, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh,
What's the point of living if there's no excitement or surprises?
I'm just drawing something and then it lags out.
It all depends on the type of excitement and surprise one gets, Mistress Teaberry.
May you live in interesting times.
Indeed.
Isn't that
All the
curse
times
for
have been
Dan
interesting,
Shah?
don't you think?
He's not drawing a map, is he?
Yeah, I'm
Don't know.
drawing a map.
Oh my god, no.
If there's a map, there's a fight.
I'm not having fun here. So my mouse is lagging and my lights keep turning off.
Are you haunted?
He's in England. It's a given, right?
No, not everywhere in England's haunted.
There's the bloody lag again. It's really bad. It's like, you know, you move your mouse will just freeze for a fraction of a second. Oh, that's a bloody update. Oh. Right, there we go. And then we change that from that to that. We are good. Okay. Okay. So obviously it's been a little while since you've used this method to travel between to get around.
Beam me up, Scotty.
Fortunately, it would appear that since you were last through here, something's happened.
Dear. Ew.
Is that what you just
No!
drew? That's
The
very
bridge
good.
is out.
It took him 5 minutes to draw that.
Right, I didn't.
That's a 2-minute map, isn't it?
And I just downloaded
Dungeon
it.
Mapster.
Yeah, I can recognise the artist.
Don't get me wrong, it's a very nice map. I was just doing.
Dungeon Mapster.
Yeah, I would basically while drawing the water effects, the mouse kept lagging just as I was doing the mask, and it was driving me up the wall. Did you just see? I don't know about you, but did you just see my water pores rippling? That's what's going on.
No.
It's really weird because my CPU is running at 30%, so whatever's causing it is CPU bound. I reckon something's just hammering my GPU.
So that says Dungeon Mapster, but those assets are I recognise those assets from somebody else.
I literally just downloaded them.
Yeah.
We bought the assets from 2-Minute Dungeon. They do have assets.
2-Minute Tabletop, yeah.
You can buy his assets. He's got a really good license as well.
So yes, the bridge is out.
How deep's the water? Doesn't look that deep.
Yes, but is there anything in it?
Well, there's only one way to find out.
You can see into it, can't you? There's nothing in there.
See if I can do a hop, skip, and a jump.
hold up before you do that. For a second. It's very hard to draw a grid when there we go. That's better. One could be need it, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do. There we go. Okay, so
Well, I'm going to take a little run up and try and jump over to the bit of the fallen down. Because I'm guessing that is a bit of that still poking out the water.
yeah. Let me turn the water effect back on. Sorry. There we
Hang on, this is going to get messy, isn't it? I don't think only two of us can jump this.
Okay, so
So how deep is the water?
that gets me to there quite easily.
You're not entirely sure. It looks like, as you look down, you can see the brown, the brown covering down there. It looks like it's only about 4 feet or so beneath the surface.
I will toss a rope back to Leia from there. Before I jump onto the next one.
The water
I will
starts
catch the rope.
The water starts churning before you get a chance to do.
Oh dear.
And you can see, like, basically, it's like gouting up.
What, like water elemental?
Like something was obviously lying sort of submerged in the beneath it all, and obviously the detecting the movement of Gastus jumping onto that has obviously woken it up.
Oh joy.
Gastus, something's found you.
Something wicked this way comes.
Mm.
OOUSs are jugs of unusual size. I don't think they exist.
Well, that's fine then. It won't eat you.
Indeed. Anyone got danger sense?
Don't think so.
Worry about them. Get my free attack in.
I wasn't worried about it in the first place.
Who put that there? Ah.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, that's not a good start, is it? Especially as it should have been 2d6, but it doesn't matter. Well, I mean 2d8 and a d6. But anyways, Blackie's up first. He's obviously basically tries. It grabs hold of. It basically reaches out for you and grabs hold of a rock just in front of you and just reaches it, grabs it back and reaches in, and it basically distracts it.
So did you hear that sound effect?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I wasn't sure if it had blade, you know.
Ooh. Smite of a raise. How deep is that water?
4 feet.
I said it looked 4 feet, but
Ish.
you got to bear in mind that intrigues are usually the size of a horse. This one's considerably larger.
So it's not 4 feet deep.
Looks it. It's a paper.
You have smite, Leah.
Mm. Leah's
Yeah,
claws are all.
this Itoyu is probably the size of a rhino at 18 feet.
Easier to hit then. Marvelous.
Yeah, is up next.
See this thing from the
Wild attack pounce.
Oh, bewildered badger most certainly deserves a Benny for that one. It's as deep as something with 4 feet. My favourite is still, well, not a favourite, but just reminds me of a tale. So this chap's driving down a country lane in his expensive car, and the road ahead's covered in water. And there's a bloke just sitting on a stone wall nearby. He goes, is that always here? He goes, oh, aye. He goes, is it deep? He goes, nah, it's only a couple of inches. So the guy goes, okay, and then gets back in his car, drives into the water. The car sinks without a trace. The guy manages to escape out of the car, coughing and spluttering. He calls himself out of the water, confronts the man, and says, I thought you said it was only a couple of inches deep. And the man says, well, it only comes up to the duck's arse. My word, you've wounded my Utuyug.
And I've also made it. What do I want to make it?
Vulnerable.
Vulnerable, yeah, it's vulnerable.
It's only the hitting with a raise that does that, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's really annoying. You jumped across because I was going to surprise you, because it was basically it was just going to pull you straight off that ledge, but you jumped across, so it can't now. The surprise being you didn't realise it had that much reach. Right, Thaddeus, you're up, sir.
Thaddeus is up. What we will do is we will. Right, okie doke. We will. I think what we'll do is target gaseous, target Leah. And then we'll cast boost trait fighting.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I just need to slightly retcon something.
So just to tell you, if you multi-action, no tell lie.
That's fine.
It's not no tell lie. Okay.
It's got first strike, so as you land on it, it tried to bite you, but it obviously didn't. Otherwise, you're okay now. So
it didn't do a very good job of it.
It didn't do a very good job. Strike. Ouch.
So I can't target Leia because it's not letting me.
Do that. Click on that, and there you are. It's not hard. Control click. You control click on layer, and then when it obviously shows the two of them, you click on layer. It takes
tokens, not crap. And then
I use natural selection to fix it.
And then what I'll do is I think I'll cast boost trait on as an action. I'll cast boost trait on everybody else. I'm waiting to see the GM say, no, you can't do this.
How do you boost trait without a multi-action penalty?
because I don't take multi-action tilt penalties.
Why?
Because it's boost trait.
Because it's one of the witch's favoured powers.
Because it's a witch. No, it's not a favoured power. I just don't take it. Boost. I can cast boost trait every round as a free action.
You've got that hex.
Yes.
Oh yeah, if you've got it as a hex, that's fair enough then.
Yeah, it's a season text. It's boost trait. It's a free action.
I may cast the following powers as a limited free action.
So yeah,
which means you can't cast boost trait again. It's a limited free action.
Aye, it's a limited free action, but you can still take an action.
Yes, but you can't repeat in a limit. You can't repeat a limited free action as an action.
But it's not a limited free action. It's a limited free action.
He's casting it as a limited, and then as his action.
Yes.
So long as there's different kinds.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
You can't. You cannot repeat a limited action, and if you're casting boost trait as a limited action, whether it's free or otherwise, you can't cast boost trait again because you've cast it as a limited action.
Yes, that's the point I'm trying to make.
I'll cast it as an action. Can I do my limited free actions now?
As long as it's not boost trait, because
yes, as long as it's not boost trait, you cannot cast boost trait twice in a round if one of them is a limited free action.
Bullshit. Right. So I can't cackle either because that's a limited free action as well.
Yeah, you can't do more than
free action.
It is, but you can't do more than one limited action in a round either.
Limited, right? Yep.
Right. Tell you what, I'll just miss a turn.
I just enforce. Oh dear. Oh, is it me?
It's you. It's in what's got tentacles, or them, or it. I should apologise to the Artiuk for assuming its pronouns.
So I am going.
And then I'll stab it
politely.
Oh, very politely.
Politely stab it. I like that. Right, I don't know what's going on here. Something very weird going on. That to activate that, and that works, and that's it. Right, that shouldn't have been that liminal to do. Okay, so if I do 1, 2, and I do 1, 2, still misses both of you. Even with the wild attack, I forgot to apply. Justice, you're up.
Okay, well, I am going to poke it with a sharp metal stick and then poke it with a slightly shorter sharp metal stick. Because it's already made itself vulnerable, I don't see the need to do any more than that.
No, it made itself distracted. Someone else made it vulnerable.
You just said it did a wild attack.
Yeah, but you'd already made Leia already made it vulnerable already.
Which went away at the end of its turn, but it made itself vulnerable again.
Point taken. Well, I figured you'd kill it anyway.
We'll see. I might well do. That should not have gone on to Leah.
All right, we need to go back to Thaddeus after.
Okay, my second attack should have been on the Artiuk, not Leah, but I'm not sure why it went on to Leah for that matter.
perform one limited act and be part of a multi-action. Yep. It's bad wording as always. Yep. So Thaddeus, you were putting what boost? You never told me what traits you were boosting on layer and thingy, by the way.
Yeah, I lost the will to live at that point.
Well, yeah, but also, but you're quite correct. So I'm going to go back to you, and you do your bloody effects. But it's not. It's a fairly moot point because I think Dastis has just killed it. But in retroactive action, I see what you were trying to say. Having reread the rules, the wording is very interesting. That there is nothing to say. Oh, I soaked it. There's nothing to say. You can't do what you were trying to do. In hindsight, so I'm shutting up.
You can't do two if it's a limited action. It means
Yes.
you can do it once. So you can't multi-action a limited action.
I think the problem goes back to how they kept changing the rules. I think I was thinking back to one time where they did have it, but it's not in the rule book, so therefore I apologise.
It's super important because in supers you can switch a power on or off, but you can't switch it on and then it's off at the end of the same action. Do you follow me? Because it causes all sorts of problems. So it's a limited free action to switch powers on and off in supers. They're either off the whole turn.
So basically you can, as a limited free action, do a power, and then as a standard action, do the same power. Technically speaking, that when you read between the lines,
whether you can do two limited.
Limited action means only one can be done per turn.
Only one can be done per turn.
It doesn't matter if they're free. It doesn't matter if they're free, or it doesn't matter if they're limited. A limited action and a limited free action, you can only do one or other per turn.
Yeah, it's the same as the innate abilities in Rift. You can only do it once.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's just too powerful. You go, I can use all my innate abilities. I'll go, I've got 17 strength.
Anyway, the Utility doesn't appear to be affected in any way other than being shaken. Thaddeus, we're going back to Thaddeus because I upset him. And he had targeted Gastus, and he had targeted. And then he did a trait. What trait were you boosting on them?
I was boost trading fighting on the I was boost trading fighting on the melee people, and I was going to boost trade spellcasting on the spellcasting people.
Well, then go for it. I apologize. Having reread it, everything that's perfectly allowable. Is it? Yeah.
Because I knew you would say it. No.
No, only because there was a situation. Only because there was a point where you couldn't do what you tried to do, but it's not in the rule book anymore. Therefore, it's obviously one of the ones they changed. If you remember back in the day, spending a penny only gave you 1d4 power points. Do you remember? They've changed the rules a lot, and unfortunately, some of the rules I still remember are the original time I read them.
You have to unlearn what you have learned.
I'm only pure mugget. Mugget has to edit it. Edit the rule book. Right. So, what are we doing? I've lost the plot now.
You were casting boost something else on all of them.
So they are.
Birds knocking on the window.
Wondering if it was. I can't hear it, but that's meant to be ankle deep in a stinky sewer.
Well, you've got no ears in your ankle, so of course you can't hear it.
Hang on, I did put the volume down, didn't I? Because the screeching was louder earlier. Righty ho. Yes. So when we scroll back down, What boost trait were you boosting? What's the plot?
Well, see, this is the freaky thing, right? It should only have been targeted at. Well, it's only going to work on Aki and Sassafras, although it's casted in Vorka, but I didn't think it through, so that's a wasted PowerPoint. But it's all going to boost the spellcasting because Vorka doesn't use spellcasting, does he?
Neither does Aki. So you can either give either give Aki and Vorka faith and not Sassafras, or you can give Sassafras.
Well, it won't be. Well, Sassafras will have to dip out because it'll have to be faith, won't it, for 2?
That's fine. No, technically, you can
I'll be
rather nice and let you have a PowerPoint back for having one less target. I'm in a nice mood at the moment.
So nice. He's so nice. He's a very nice man.
Sassafras is up next.
This thing now it can be seen above the water, or is it completely submerged?
Oh, it's sort of half in, half out the water. Yes. Its legs and stuff are probably below the water line.
Because Sassafras only thinks of the moment she's going to do this, and Gastinius is probably going to have a fit if I miss. I just shot lightning over that water.
You hit it.
With a raise, no, that's not acceptable.
And you don't any extra damage on it if you do it that way. That's not bad. That's a wound. I've spent his last penny. It doesn't seem to affect it.
Well, we'll get to try again. I hope that sizzle didn't bother you, Gastinius.
Mr. Vorka, sir.
Okay, Vorka saw Leia do it, so Vorka's going to do it too. We're going to do a flying leap out there, wild attack against the otter.
Okay. Unfortunately, he doesn't have improved first strike, so I don't get to eat you. Oh, hang on. No, it's once per turn, and this is... No, it's already happened this turn. Ignore me.
And that's so kind of goblin. Like everybody's like, avoid stinky water, and Goblin's like, well, straight in.
He's got the eat anything. He's got the eat anything ability. He's got the eat energy ability. What's rather worrying is Leia's been submerged beneath the earth. Oh, a 6 will probably hit. Yeah, it would have hit.
Oh, I would have preferred more, but shaking will work.
Yeah. New round. Really? Where the hell am I? There. Let's see. I've got to spend my last penny. And got nothing. Hang on, did it spend the penny? Oh, I gave the penny to it, didn't spend the penny. That's better. Okay. I got very confused there. Thaddeus, what beardiness are you going to hit me with this time? Hello? Are you there, sir?
Sorry, it helps if I take myself off mute. So here's the beardiness of this one.
Okay.
So clear targets. Target that.
You're cackling. You got to target Volker as well.
I know. It's just, God, I absolutely hate it how the way targeting works now.
It hasn't changed.
6 inches. So You're using control key, ain't you? Doesn't make a difference. Anyway, never mind. Maybe we'll back at the OK Corral. So I will cast.
Actually,
Is it going to mellow out? Just mellow out. You're very tasty. You've got lots of blood. Think about it.
Ooh, a stun with a raise.
So I'm going to give it a damn good staring to and smile at it.
Bigger check at -2 because you got the raise. Let's make a vigor roll at -2. Yeah, so it's not opposed. I'm afraid it's not stunned.
Yeah, right. Okie doke. What's the try?
Worth a try indeed. Forker is on top of the toy hook.
Okay, did I hear that I got cackled at?
You didn't get cackled at, no.
No, I didn't get cackled
No,
at.
okay.
Because it's not going to affect it. Well, it is going to affect it, but it's not going to make.
Not going to make enough difference. Okay.
It's not going to make a difference.
Okay. Then I will just whack him. Choppa choppa. Oh, come on. You really try. Fine. There's a decent hit.
Pushes him out of bennies. It's a wound. Yes, you gouge chunks of flesh out of it with your long master.
I'm probably up to my
longsword.
chin in this water and just swinging like crazy.
And that's really messing up your swing. Have you ever tried to move your arm through water?
Well, that's why I had the wild attack last time, because my arms are up over my head doing the swinging.
Yeah. We need to get you a box, Walker.
Stilts. He needs stilts.
No, just describe it to me.
It's big, it's got tentacles, and it's slightly more to your left.
Describe it to me. I like that. Ooh, Vorka is okay. Unfortunately, one of the tentacles wraps itself around Leia and squeezes tight. She's able to,
can't catch me.
she's able to deftly get out of the way. Good. I'm getting something out. All good. Next next is Sassafras.
I'm gonna step around over this way so I don't have them in my line of sight, and I'm gonna try that again because hey, you know, I mean, if I miss and I hit somebody, I don't want to hurt.
That will hit because it's ranged, isn't it?
It is. Oh. So do I roll damage or no?
You do. The range attack, you only needed a 4.
The game's nearly over. I'm gonna go ahead and Benny that one time.
Might even leave. Well, unless someone puts it down, we'll have to leave it mid-fight.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
Okay, I'm going to move the combat tracker to Aki. How do you smart start getting new powers?
Yeah, that's why. Because I never advanced the character, did I?
Oh, fair enough. That's allowed then. Hang on, in the middle of a fight. Ooh. Protection is being cast. Sound effect for some reason. Both affected by boost protection. I don't know what happened there, but I know I'm not going to complain. What's Cease up to?
He's going to run and jump on this
That's a
mug.
brave little putty cat.
There's an awful lot of stinky water down there.
That's why I'm saying it's
His
brave.
pace is 8. He can do that jump and land on that thing.
Okay, well, you need an
Got a
athletics
bounce.
check with a raise to clear the 3 inch. Well, yeah. Unless
His
you're just
pace
landing
is
in the
like
water.
8.
Yeah,
you
but
can just land on the otter you.
Doesn't
Floor
matter.
is
Pace requires something to run on. So once you get to the end of it, if you're just trying to jump on top of it for your pounce attack, it is an athletics check. And you'll need a raise to cover the distance on your athletics check. It's a free action athletics check, but you
How
will
far
need
is
to.
the jumping distance?
It's 1 inch, 2 inches with a run up, and an extra inch if you get the raise.
So he's got how much of a run up there? 4 inches?
Yeah, he's got basically he'll get he'll clear 2 inches without a raise, 3 inches with a raise is what I'm trying to say.
Basically, it's is he going to land on Vorka's head or on the Otyog's head?
Well, 3 inches means he gets to use the pounce on the Otyog is what I'm saying. If he gets the raise, if he doesn't get the raise, then he's
got
going
to get a
to.
raise to do what cats do and jump. Have you ever seen a cat?
No, he's got to get the raise to qualify for the pounce bonus because he won't reach the Otyog to pounce. He'll have to land in the water, advance, and then swipe it, which won't be a pounce, is what I'm saying. I don't think it's unreasonable that he's actually got to land on the target to get the pounce bonus. Or am I just a bit?
He's not a very good cat, is he, really? Cats that can't jump, their pace.
It's not about that.
He's bothered about the stinky water.
Yeah. So he's
not
not
about stinky water.
Okay.
That's a
He can still. Basically he lands in the water and he can still swipe the Otyog. He just doesn't get the pounce bonus. Is what I'm saying. It wouldn't be an issue on land. It's because it isn't on land. I deliberately picked this map to make it an interesting fight.
How does he land without a raise on his athletics? The cat that is no good at moving.
It's just the distance is too far him to get a pounce in. He can still attack. I've just turned the pounce effect off. That's all I'm saying. Still get the gang up. He's still got +4 damage from the smite, so go for it. He's not vulnerable, which is an added advantage. Definitely up with the targeting, isn't it? That's wrong. So that was a 7 and a 6, but it's large, isn't it? Because I know it's large, therefore that's a +2 bonus, isn't it? Large. They're actually 2 hits.
Well, we've not been getting the large bonus to attack it before. So is it size 3 or size 4?
Well, it has to be size 4 because of the size of the token.
It's size 5, in fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody's been getting the large bonus.
It's
to attack
gargantuan if it's size 5.
No, it's not.
Isn't
That's
it?
scale
No.
5.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but anything over 4 is a bigger token. It should be
And
a
it's
bigger
not. It's
token.
not been having the penalty to hit us either. It might have SWAT.
I gave it SWAT.
Yeah, but we've not been getting the bonus to hit it.
Oh, you haven't? I don't know why, because definitely size 5. So probably because something went funny with it. I don't know.
But did it say size 5 in the combat tracker?
Should do, because that's where I'm opening it from. Let's have a look. Wonder if it's... Oh, you know what it is? It's because it is... Yeah, I see what you're saying. I increased it to size 5 after I did the combat tracker, which did increase the size token. But then, you know, that's what it is. That's what's happened. But you've been hitting it okay, so I wouldn't
Just
worry
drag
about
it
it.
back onto the combat tracker and it will onto the map from the combat tracker. And
No,
it'll
you
fix
could just
that.
update. You could update the size manually in the combat tracker. It's not a
You
problem.
can change size of them in the combat tracker. It auto populates when you put the monster on if the monster's set up right.
Yeah, it's because basically I Yeah, it's because it was on the.
And
It was a
somebody-
random on the fly encounter that I decided to make it a little more interesting. That's all. By beefing it up. Instead of multiple little ones, I thought one really big one, because they can get really big, would be fun.
Yeah.
And see, when someone does 20 points of damage, it doesn't matter.
It's supposed to auto-populate size and it auto-populates reach as well.
Yeah, I know. Very well.
Well, it's in trouble now. Leah's gone smash.
It has. It's taken 3 wounds. It's in a bad way.
I think I've ruined my dress.
You probably have, I'm afraid.
So it's large, is it?
It's all factored in now, yes.
Giant killer.
Good for you. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean it in a good way.
For when you absolutely, positively have to kill every Otyugh in the room, except no substitute.
I've just seen the picture of the cat. Gonna have to watch Jumping Cat Fails later.
Well, he said jumping like cats do, and I said, well, here's some examples for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Aye.
Cats do get
If
it
it's not
wrong.
vulnerable, I'll just use my sneak attack damage.
I'm sure if you scroll up on one of the forums, there's a picture of a cat landing in a bin.
I mean, my all-time favourite is the ones where the cat does something and they genuinely do. Oh dear.
Well, I
Splash.
cause 3 wounds, and I cause 3 wounds, and then fall into the water underneath it.
I just need a bigger check from you. Casters. Yeah, that's fine. Don't
Yeah.
worry about it.
I've got 1 Benny, so I'll use
No,
it.
you're still fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely fine. Well, with that, as the last dice roll of the game, we shall call it there. Hopefully next week I'll have got all the sound effects done and you could go wherever you want to, and I don't have to railroad you a bit. I apologise for that. But,
Did we find loot on this Otyugh?
well, not on it, no.
But here in this area.
We will return when we come back next week. You'll still be down here if you want to be, so that's not a problem.
Okay. Well, my question is, does my untold treasure card come into play?
Oh, go on then, play it.
Okay.
I already have.
You have, because I haven't rolled it yet. So what do you want?
I would like a longsword, please.
A longsword. Okay. Hang on, let's do it. Tables. Weapons. Armors, weapons, melee weapon. Weapons. Yeah, here we go. I know it says armor, but it's going to be obviously it's going to be a weapon with 1 enchantment. Okay, I'll sort that one out for you.
Okie doke.
Thank you very much, guys. Okay, so don't forget this Saturday in Albert.
I need to be sure to put that in my calendar so I don't miss it.
Well, I went ahead and signed up.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so that's Cocaine Albert this Saturday, and then we shall return the following Tuesday. So thanks very much, guys. See you.
Right.
Take care, one and all. Bye now.
Arrivederci.
Y'all have a good